The play I had read was Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, and the genre is drama, tragedy, and romance. And all I can say about the book is, I don't know, I'm just speechless. I can't explain my feelings towards it because it's in the book. It's like kind of, you would as you're reading the book in the beginning, you would think this ahead of the book, but then it's gonna be a totally different one, basically a plot twist. But Romeo and Juliet was first published in 1597, which is crazy because that's like 500 years, but almost 500 years, 400, I don't know, but that's a lot of years since that thing was published, and it's still here to now, and he's famous for making plays. So to summarize the what the book is, I'm not trying to give it away, but I won't explain in too much detail. So Romeo was depressed over this girl named Rosaline in the beginning, and he was sad. He would distance himself to his friends and family. He would like run away and be by himself just to be in his own thoughts and be depressed. But his friends bring him to this Capulets party, which is their rival family, or the family they hate basically, and Romeo is a part of the Montague family. So the party was themed to wear a mask, I believe, so no one know who was who. So he went in the party and he finds Juliet, and that's love at first sight. He thinks that she was beautiful and wants to find out who she was. Hey, who is that? No lie, she's kind of bad. But the protagonist of the story was Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, his character was more of a round and static character. He was static because he changed his love interest to Rosaline to Juliet, and that's all he can think about is Juliet, like finding ways to be with her, finding all these solutions just to be with her. And he's a round character because he shares his emotion to the Friar Lawrence, who helps the couple. And I don't want to say it, but he kind of does something in the book you would notice that I just don't want to say it, but yeah, he's a priest who wants to help the relationship. But Romeo explains his love to the friar in vivid detail. Juliet is also static and round because same with Romeo, she is static and she only loves Romeo, and she would not marry any other person except for Romeo. But she was also a round character because she shares her love to Romeo and the nurse in vivid detail. And the antagonist of the story was the Capulet, which is Juliet's father. And he's a static character because he only wants Juliet to marry this one particular guy. I don't want to go into detail about it, but his name is Paris. But yeah, and he's flat because he hates Romeo since he's from the family that they hate, which is the Montagues, and he only will allow Paris to marry her. So the theme statement of the book was, "Deny thy father and refuse thy name, ask Juliet, or if thou wilt not be sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet." So what Juliet is saying basically kind of sums up the whole story. She's like saying that she'd run away from her family just to be with Romeo, and that kind of says something because there's a saying that blood is thicker than water, which means family should always be first, and she's kind of like abandoning them just to be with Romeo, and that means Romeo means truly bigger than their family. So